In this video, we're going to learn what is algebra and why do we use algebra in our mathematical syllabus. So, first of all, we should be knowing that algebra is a powerful tool which is used in maths. And in algebra, we use numbers, and along with numbers, we also use letters. Okay, like X, Y, Z, A, B, C. These letters are nothing but they represent the unknown values, or we say variables. And algebra is also used to describe mathematical expressions and formulae in order to solve our real life examples. For example, look at this diagram of a triangle. Okay, so if I tell you what is the area of the triangle, so you might have studied in your schools that area of triangle is half into base into height. So for any given base and for any given height, the area of a triangle is half multiplied by base multiplied by height. For example, if I substitute, like let's say base is equal to 10 centimeters and the height is equal to, let's say, 5 centimeters, then the area of triangle would be equal to half multiplied by 10 multiplied by the height. And then we have 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10, and we have 25 square centimeters, right? So, this formula is nothing but the use of algebra. We have used letters like A for area, B for base, and H for height. And we have also used a constant, a coefficient over here, which is 1 upon 2. So, by using this formula, we can describe the area of any given triangle. But if I say, oh, just give me the base and just give me the height and I'll calculate the area for you. Okay, it's the base is 10 and the height is 5, so the area is 25. Oh, the base is 1 and the height is 1, the area is half. So it would be very, very complicated. So this formula basically generalizes the area of any given triangle for any given base and any given height. And if you do not actually know the base and the height, this is the area of triangle, half multiplied by base multiplied by height. So in this way, by using letters like A and B and H, we have actually generalized and made the area of triangle very, very easy to understand and to explain to others. In the very same manner, we also use algebra in different fields like commerce. This is a formula for simple interest. I represents over here simple interest, and P represents principal, R is the rate of interest, and T is the time period. So, given the principal, the rate of interest, and the time period, you use this formula P into R into T, the whole upon 100, and you can be getting simple interest. But that's not the only part of the story. But suppose if I tell you the simple interest is, let's say, rupees 500, and I do not know the principal actually, and the rate of interest is, let's say, 10% per annum, and the time period is, let's say, 2 years, then what is the principal? So algebra will also help us to find out the principal. It's not like you can only find the interest all the time. You can also find the principal or the rate or the time period given the other three. Okay, so if in the above formula also, if area is given and the base is given, we can also find the height. It is the reversal also that is possible through algebra. And if you look at this formula, this is the formula for compound interest. Many of you might be knowing this. So compound interest, over here A stands for the compound amount, and P stands for the principal, and R for the rate, and T for the time period. So if you use this formula, you will come to know what is the compound amount. And in this formula, you can also see we have used an index, an exponent. So in everyday life, in a real life, we use such formula which includes multiplications and divisions and even exponents, the indexes. So algebra is used everywhere in our life, but the only problem is that when we do algebra, basically, so we do not see like A is equal to half into B into H, but instead maybe the formula looks like this. X is equal to K, Y, Z. So actually k stands for a constant coefficient, a numerical coefficient. And y and z are actually the variables. We'll be looking at this in great details after some time. And similarly, this formula can also be written like w is equal to x, y, z the whole upon m, where m is a number. And this formula may be looking like x is equal to y bracket 1 plus z upon 100 the whole raised to w. So you might be thinking, oh, this is very abstract, but that's not the case. So algebra is used in all the different fields, and it is a very, very powerful and important tool. And I'll give you another example so that it might develop some more interest towards algebra. Suppose if I tell you that think of a number and you say, okay, my favorite number is 10, so I'm going to think of 10. And let's say you have two other friends who have thought of 5 and your other friend has just thought of 1. And I tell you, okay, so you have thought of a number, don't tell me the number right now, and add the next number to it. So if you have thought of, let's say 20, add the next number 21 to it. So you say, okay, since I've thought of 10, I'll be adding 11 to it. So you add 11 to it and you get 21. Your friend A has thought of 5, so he's going to add the next number 6 and he's going to get 11 in his mind now. And your another friend, let's say B, he has thought of 1, so he's going to add the next number, which is 2, and now he's going to get 3 in his mind. And then I tell you, okay, now add 13 to it, 1, 3, 13. So you are going to add 13, your friends are also going to add 13 in their mind. Okay, so 1 plus 3 is 4, 2 plus 1 is 3, you get 34 in your mind. You're not going to tell me this right now. And 1 plus 3 is 4, 1 plus 1 is 2, and then 3 plus 3 is 6, and 1. So your friends have 24 and 16 in their minds. Then I tell you, divide this number by 2. Okay, so I'm going to divide this number by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So I shall be getting 4 minus 4 divided by 2 is, 34 divided by 2 rather, is 17. And 24 divided by 2 is 12. And 16 divided by 2 is 8. And the final step now. I tell you, whatever number you had thought of, since I had thought of 10 and my friends had thought of 5 and 1, now just subtract the original number from your last number. So I'm going to subtract 10. My friends are going to subtract 5 and 1 respectively. And I shall be getting a 7. My friend is also getting a 7. And my other friend is also getting a 7. So whatever number we started with, we are all getting the same answer, 7. So is it a magic or is it some magical trick working behind this? Algebra will help to tell you what actually happened. So suppose in algebra, we don't take a number like 1 or 5 or 10 or 7. We take a number, let's say x, or you can even take a or m, whatever you like. And if I've thought of a number x, what number comes next? For example, if I've thought of 1, I know 2 comes after 1. And if I've thought of 5, 6 comes after 5. So what comes after x? So it is x plus 1. The next number to x is 1 more than x, x plus 1. So what is the total? So we take the like terms and we have 2x plus 1. Don't worry if you are not understanding this, because I'm going to explain in the future videos what are like terms and everything about it. How to add, subtract, multiply, divide. But right now I just want to create an interest in your mind as to what is algebra. So the new total is 2x plus 1. And then I told everyone to add 13, 1, 3, 13. So we are going to add 13 and 2x will remain as it is and 1 plus 13 will become 14. And then I asked to divide by 2. So what actually happens over here is we can take 2 common over here. We can take 2 common and we can write x plus 7. Okay, this is also what we're going to learn afterwards. So don't worry right now if you're not understanding this. And 2 and 2 gets cancelled and we are left with x plus 7. Okay, and then I asked everyone to delete the original number, to subtract the original number, whatever they had thought of. And since I originally thought of x, I'm going to cancel out the x and I'm going to get only a 7. So whatever number I start with, I always get a 7, because finally I'm going to subtract the original number from my number in my head. So algebra will help you to understand, generalize the things, that how the different systems are working. I hope you found this very interesting. See you soon.